Have you ever pondered about the paradox of morality, especially in the Filipino context? Morality, as we know it, is a complex concept that navigates the intricate labyrinth of right and wrong. It's a compass that directs our actions, decisions, and thoughts, forming the bedrock of our societal values and norms. But, like a kaleidoscope, morality can display a myriad of patterns and hues, changing with the slightest shift in perspective. Now, let's place this kaleidoscope within the vibrant and diverse tapestry of Filipino culture. A culture steeped in a rich history defined by resilience and painted with a remarkable blend of Eastern and Western influences. Here, the concept of morality takes on an even more intricate form, woven with threads of family values, religion, community respect, and personal honor. However, beneath this complex weave, there's a pattern that often goes unnoticed: the pattern of double standards. As with any society, the Filipino culture is not immune to this paradox. Double standards in morality, in essence, is when the same action is judged differently based on who performs it or under what circumstances it is performed. For instance, a politician might be condemned for an act of corruption, while a celebrity might get a pass for the same. Or, an ordinary Filipino might be judged harshly for a simple mistake, while someone of higher social status might be excused. This, my friends, is the paradox of morality, where the same moral compass points in different directions based on societal biases and prejudices. As we traverse this labyrinth, we will encounter various facets of this paradox, each revealing a unique aspect of the double standards in Filipino morality. We will explore how these double standards manifest in different spheres of Filipino society, from politics to entertainment, and even in the day-to-day lives of ordinary Filipinos. So, fasten your seatbelts as we embark on this enlightening journey. As we delve deeper, let's examine the reality of double standards in Filipino morality through real-life case studies. Are you ready? Let's begin. Imagine a well-known Filipino politician, beloved by many for his charisma and promises of change. Let's call him Juan. Now, Juan is no ordinary politician. He's got a silver tongue that can sway even the most skeptical of voters. He promises progress, prosperity, and a brighter future for all. His speeches are filled with grand visions of change that resonate with the people's hopes and dreams. His charisma is magnetic, drawing people to him like moths to a flame. But here's the catch. Behind closed doors, whispers of corruption surround Juan. He's rumored to have his hands in the nation's coffers, siphoning off funds meant for public projects. There are allegations of kickbacks, bribes, and shady deals. Yet, despite these accusations, Juan's popularity remains unscathed. His charisma and promises keep his supporters firmly by his side. What we have here is a classic case of contradiction. On one hand, the Filipino people are known to condemn corruption. We voice out our disdain for it in social media, in our private conversations, in our public rallies. We demand transparency, honesty, and integrity from our leaders. On the other hand, we continue to support politicians like Juan, whose actions are blatantly at odds with these very principles we uphold. This contradiction is puzzling. It's as if we're caught in a moral tug-of-war, torn between our desire for change and our tolerance for the very things that hinder it. We cry out for justice, yet we allow injustice to persist right under our noses. We stand against corruption, yet we stand by those who are corrupt. Why is this so? Is it because Juan's charisma and promises blind us to his faults? Or is it because we've grown so accustomed to corruption that we've become desensitized to it? Whatever the reason, this contradiction speaks volumes about the double standard in our morality. This contradiction, this double standard, is not isolated in politics. It permeates other aspects of Filipino society as well. Consider the case of a popular Filipino celebrity, admired for their talent and charm, but known to have a questionable personal life. Now, this isn't about laying blame or pointing fingers. It's about examining a paradox that we see repeated time and time again, not just in the Philippines, but globally. Just picture it. A charismatic individual blessed with a voice that can melt hearts, dance moves that can sway crowds, or acting skills that can bring tears and laughter. This person is loved, adored, almost revered by millions. Their face is plastered on billboards, their name is whispered in admiration, and their influence is undeniable. Yet, behind the dazzle of the spotlight lies a personal life that contradicts the very values that we Filipinos hold dear. Perhaps they have been involved in scandals, or they publicly display behavior that is generally frowned upon. Maybe they have broken laws or crossed moral boundaries. Despite these glaring contradictions, the masses continue to cheer. They overlook the indiscretions, ignore the glaring contradictions, and even defend the actions of the celebrity. The love and admiration persist even when the celebrity's actions clearly contradict the values that the society preaches. Why is this? Why do we allow our idols to be flawed, to act in ways we would condemn in our neighbors, our friends, or even ourselves? Is it because of their talent, their charm, or is it because we, as a society, have a double standard when it comes to morality? This double standard is not confined to the political arena. It is deeply ingrained in our culture and society, seeping into the entertainment industry and beyond. We find ourselves in a society where actions are judged not on their inherent right or wrong, but on who commits them. We've seen how this double standard is present in both politics and the entertainment industry, but how does it affect ordinary Filipinos? Let's delve into that in the next chapter of our discussion. Let's look closer to home and think about the ordinary Filipino who juggle between traditional values and modern societal pressures. Imagine Maria, a single mother of 3, working in the city while her children stay in the province with their grandparents. Maria embodies the traditional Filipino values of hard work, resilience, and sacrifice for family, often working long hours to send remittances back home. Yet in a society that increasingly values nuclear families and traditional gender roles, she often finds herself in the crosshairs of criticism. Or consider Juan, a young man from a small town who moved to Manila for work. He's caught between the traditional expectations of machismo and the growing acceptance of emotional vulnerability. He's told to be strong, yet also sensitive. To be a provider, yet also a partner. The double standards he faces can be overwhelming, causing him to question his own identity. In the realm of sexuality, Filipinos like Maria and Juan grapple with a similar dichotomy. The Catholic Church, which has a significant influence in the country, promotes conservative views on sexuality. Yet modern society is becoming more accepting of diverse sexual orientations and gender identities. This contrast can create a confusing landscape for Filipinos trying to navigate their own sexual identities amidst conflicting messages. In the workplace, Filipinos often encounter a clash between collective harmony, a value deeply ingrained in Filipino culture, and the competitive nature of modern capitalism. They're expected to be team players, yet also individual achievers, to put the group's needs first, yet also stand out to get ahead. This tension can lead to stress and dissatisfaction. These scenarios are not unique to Maria or Juan. They're reflective of the struggles faced by many ordinary Filipinos as they navigate the double standards imposed by traditional values and modern societal norms. These case studies show us the pervasiveness of double standards in Filipino morality. But what does this all mean? We've journeyed through different scenarios, from the political arena to the entertainment industry, and even within the confines of our homes. But what is the takeaway from all these? Our exploration has revealed a paradoxical landscape of morality, a world where right and wrong are not always black and white, but often colored by the spectrum of double standards. We've seen how politicians, celebrities, and even ordinary Filipinos grapple with these contradictions, often at the cost of their integrity and authenticity. In the political sphere, we've seen how the same actions are judged differently, depending on who's doing them. A politician's promise can be seen as either a beacon of hope or a manipulative lie, depending on the color of their banner. This double standard not only breeds mistrust and cynicism, but also hampers the development of a truly democratic society. In the world of celebrities, we've seen how public figures are held to different standards, where their every move is scrutinized and judged, often harshly and unfairly. This double standard creates a culture of fear and self-censorship, stifling creativity and genuine expression. And within our homes, we've seen how double standards permeate our everyday lives, creating unnecessary conflict and misunderstanding. It's in the way we treat our sons and daughters differently, or how we judge our neighbors based on their social status or lifestyle choices. These double standards are deeply ingrained in our society, and they shape our moral beliefs and actions in ways we may not always be aware of. But recognizing them is the first step towards understanding and hopefully change. So, what can we do? We can start by reflecting on our own beliefs and actions. Do we perpetuate these double standards? Are we willing to challenge them? Remember, change starts from within. Each one of us has the power to make a difference. In the end, it's not just about identifying these double standards. It's about understanding them and hopefully learning from them. After all, understanding is the first step to change.
Commit your way to the Lord, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. Psalm 37 verse 5. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Philippians 4 verse 13.